Hello children, today's topic is probability. In class 9, you have already studied that probability is what? It is a doubt or a chance. And in class 9th, you have studied about your experimental probability. That means the experimental probability says that PE is equal to number of trials in which the event has happened upon total number of trials. That means the experiment was done and the records was maintained, and according to it the probability of an event was calculated. Now this year in class 10th we will be doing theoretical probability. Right? Now in theoretical approach, theoretical probability is also known as your classical probability. Okay? Theoretical probability is your classical probability. So probability of an event, that is number of the outcomes favorable to E upon total number of all possible outcomes of the experiment. So that means the record will be known to us earlier only. Now these 3 points which you are already knowing. So we are going to revise it, that the sum of the probabilities of all the elementary events of an experiment is always equal to 1. And secondly, PE plus P naught E is equal to 1. The event E dash, which is also known as naught E, is called the complement of the event, and probability of an event, it always equal to 0 or greater than 0 but less than or equal to 1. That means probability of an event lies between 0 to 1 only. That means it cannot be less than 0 or it cannot be greater than 1. Probability of an event is always less than or equal to 1. So when the probability is 0, that is known as your impossible event, right? And when the probability is exactly equal to 1, that is known as your sure event. So impossible event is denoted by 0 and the sure event is denoted by 1. And PE plus P naught E is always equal to 1. So if we have to calculate PE will be equal to 1 minus P naught E. And here equally likely outcomes are said to be when it is equal chances of getting the of an event is known as your equally likely outcome, like tossing of a coin, because we will be getting either head or tail, so that is also known as an unbiased event. Okay, because coin can give only the result head or tail. Okay, so in this we are going to do this theoretical approach. So first of all we will see what will be the result of tossing of a coin. If one coin is tossed, then what will be the sample space? Because first we have to prepare the sample space, then only we can get the result of the probability of that event. So when one coin is tossed, in that case, either head or tail can occur. So we have total possible outcome as 2. Okay. Now a coin has tossing of a coin. Tossing of coin. When we toss one coin. Okay. So that means it is having either head or tail. So we are tossing only one coin. So totally your sample space will be sample space we are going to prepare. It will be either head or it will be tail. When two coins are tossed, that means head and tail, these are the two faces, and two coins are tossed, that means 2 raised to the power 2. So the sample space of it will be either head or tail or head, tail or head, right? So the total possible outcome is 4. And here the total possible outcome is 2. You can see here the sample space. When 3 coins are tossed, how much total possible outcome it will be? It will be 2 raised to the power 3. That is 8. Okay. So either on all the 3 coins, it will occur tail, 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 or head, 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 tail, 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 head, head, tail, 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 head, 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 tail, head, or tail, head, tail. So we have total 8 possible outcomes. Similarly, if 4 coins will be tossed, what will be the total possible outcome? It will be 2 raised to the power 4. That means 16. And you can get the sample space. Okay, so giving the answer based on the tossing of the coin, you should know what will be the total possible outcome, and you have to prepare the sample space for it, right? Now the next is tossing of a coin, after that rolling of a dice. Now rolling of dice. When one dice is rolled, then the total possible outcome will be, because we know that on a die we have the numbers 1 to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So one dice is rolled. So here it will be 6 raised to the power 1. Sample space of it will be either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6. But if we roll 2 dice, then we have 6 raised to the power 2. That means the total possible outcome will be 36. And the sample space for it, we have to make 36 columns, 6 by 6. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And here also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay. So we can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the first possible outcome can be 1, 1. On both the dice, we can get 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 3, 5, 3, 6, 4, 1, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4, 4, 4, 5, 4, 6, 5, 1, 5, 2, 5, 3, 5, 4, 5, 5, 5, 6, then 6, 1, 6, 2, 6, 3, 6, 4, 6, 5, 6, 6. Okay. So it took so much of time for preparing the sample space. So we should discuss some of the questions also. If I say that what will be the probability of getting, if 2 dice is rolled, then what will be the probability of getting the sum of the two numbers as equal to 1? Okay. So here you can see that the sum on both the dice is 1. That is not possible because the smallest one is 1, 1. So the sum should be 2. So for getting sum as 1, that is your impossible even. So it will be 0. And sum greater than 12, you can see that 6, 6. That means maximum is 12. So greater than 12, that is also not possible. So this is also your impossibility. Now what will be the probability of getting a doublet here? Probability of getting a doublet. Doublet means same numbers occurring on both the dice. So you can see for the doublet, we can have these numbers. These are your doublets. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6. So they are 6 in number. So 6 is your favorable outcome and your total possible outcome is 36. So 6 by 36 will be your probability of getting a doublet. And many questions can occur here that find the probability that getting prime number on the first and composite number on the other. So you have to check it out here that on the first dice it should be a prime number. So we have to leave this because 1 is neither prime nor composite. So we will leave this column. 2 is a prime number and we have to search on the other dice the composite number. Okay, so this will not be there. Both are prime here. Both are prime here. Here, this is your prime and composite. This will be the first number. So in this way, you have to find that on the first dice, it should be your prime and on the other, it should be your composite number. And you can give the probability of it. Right? Now, after this, rolling of a dice. Now, next we are going to do about the deck of cards. We will discuss about what are the deck of cards. There are total 52 deck of cards. Deck of cards. They are how much? 2 in number. Right? So the deck of cards, they are divided in the set of 13, 13, 13. Right? 13 set of heart, 13 set of diamond, 13 set of club and 13 set of spade. Right? And in each we have one king, one queen, one jack. Okay, one ace is there and numbers 2 to 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We have 13 cards in each. Now each one will be having one king, one queen, one jack, one ace and numbers 2 to 10. Right? Now these king, queen and jack. Only these three. They are your face cards. These are your face cards. Okay. And king, queen, jack, ace. When ace is also included, that is your honored card. And these are the numbers 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. When we talk about the face card, ace is not included in that. Okay. And heart and diamond, they are red in color. Heart and diamond, they are red in color. Right? This is also red and this is also red. They are red in color. And club and spade, they are black in color. right? Now we are going to start the exercise. The symbol for this is black in color and club shape is this. Okay. Now the next exercise, that is your exercise 15.1. See, you all will be able to give the answers. The first question is probability of an event E plus probability of the event not E is always equal to 1. Okay. Second one, the probability of an event that cannot happen is impossible event. Such an event is called impossible event. The probability of an event that cannot happen is 0. Such an event is called impossible event. The probability of an event that is certain to happen is 1. Such an event is called sure event. The sum of the probabilities of all the elementary events of an experiment is equal to 1. The probability of an event is greater than or equal to 0 and less than or equal to 1. Right? So these fill in the blanks were there. Just read it and do it of your own. They are very easy. We have already discussed now. Now see question number 2. Which of the following experiments have equally likely outcomes? Equally likely outcome means the chances of both, right, PE or P naught E, that should be equal. Then these events are called equally likely, right? Now, first is a driver attempts to start a car. The car starts or does not start. So, this is not equally likely. A player attempts to shoot a basketball. She or he shoots or misses the shot. This is also not equally likely. A trial is made to answer a true or false question. The answer is right or wrong. Here, see, we have only two options. So, true or false. So, this is equally likely. A baby is born. It is boy or a girl. Again, only two possible cases. So, this is also your equally likely. Now, third question is, why is tossing a coin considered to be a fair way of deciding which team should get the ball at the beginning of a football game? So, we know that coin, as it is an unbiased only. So, and we have only two chances, either we will be getting head or tail. So, that means it is always considered to be a fair way of deciding which team should begin. Now question number 4 is, which of the following cannot be the probability of an event? So do remember this thing, that probability of an event lies between 0 to 1. It can be equal to 0, greater than 0, but equal to 1 but less than 1. So 2 by 3, it can be, okay, minus 1.5. Negative probability we cannot have. So this will not be a probability. 15%, it can also be, because if 15% means 15 upon 100. 0.7, it is greater than 0 but less than 1. So this also can be. So only your correct option is minus 1.5. This cannot be the probability of an event. Now if PE is equal to 0.05, what is the probability of not E? So if PE is 0.05, P not E will be equal to 1 minus 0.05. That means 0.95 will be your P not E. A bag contains lemon flavored candies only. Malini takes out one candy without looking into the bag. What is the probability that she takes out an orange flavored candy? Now they are having only, she is having only lemon flavored, and they are asking the probability of orange flavored candy. So it will be your impossible event. That is 0. And lemon flavor candy, it will be 1 because all candies are of lemon flavored only. Now see question number 7. It is given that in a group of 3 students, the probability of 2 students not having the same birthday is 0.992. That means P naught E is 0.992. So what is the probability that the 2 students have the same birthday? So you have to calculate here PE then. So we know that PE plus P naught E is equal to 1. So PE will be equal to 1 minus 0.992, right? So question number 8 now. A bag contains 3 red balls and 5 black balls. A ball is drawn at random from the bag. What is the probability that the ball drawn is red or not red? Now a bag is containing 3 red balls and 5 black balls. So total ball is how much? 8. So the probability of getting red will be PE will be equal to favorable outcome is 3. Red balls are 3. So 3 upon 8 will be the probability of red. And not red will be black only. So not red probability will be 5 upon 8. A box contains 5 red marbles, 8 white marbles and 4 green marbles. One marble is taken out of the box at random. What is the probability that the marble taken out will be red? How many red marbles are there? 5. And total number of marbles is 8 plus 4, 12, 12 plus 5, 17. So 5 by 17 will be the probability of red marbles. And white marbles, it will be 8 by 17. And not green. So not green will be red and white both. That means 8 plus 5 equal to 13. 13 by 17. See question number 10 now. A piggy bank contains 150 paisa coins, 50 rupee 1 coin, 20 rupee 2 coin and 10 rupee 5 coin. If it is equally likely that one of the coins will fall out when the bank is turned upside down, what is the probability that the coin will be a 50 paisa coin? Now 50 paisa coin, they are how many? They are 100 in number, right? So 100 upon and total coins are 100 plus 50 plus 20 plus 10, right? That will be your total possible outcome. So the probability of getting first was 50 paisa coin, 100 upon the total possible outcome. Just count them all. And will not be a rupee 5 coin. 5 coins, they are 10 in number. So 10 upon the total number of coins. Okay. These questions are very easy. Question number 11th. Gopi buys a fish from a shop for his aquarium. The shopkeeper takes out one fish at random from a tank containing 5 male fish and 8 female fish. Now, what is the probability that the fish taken out is a male fish? Okay, male fish, they are 5 in number. Okay, and total possible outcome is 8 plus 5, that is 13. So, 5 by 13 will be the probability of getting the male fish. Now, a game of chance consists of spinning an arrow which comes to rest pointing at one of the numbers 1 to 8, and these are equally likely. What is the probability that it will point at 8? See, the numbers are 1 to 8, that means total possible outcome is 8, right? So, of getting 8 is 1 by 8 only. Favorable outcome is 1, 8 can come only once. So 1 by 8 and odd number. So odd number is 1, 3, 5 and 7. So they are 4 in number. So 4 is your favorable outcome and total possible outcome is 8. 4 by 8, that is 1 by 2. A number greater than 2. In greater than 2 we will not consider 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they are 6 in number. So 6 by 8. Write in the simplest form. And a number less than 9. So all the numbers, they are less than 9. So it is your sure event. So it will be denoted as 1. 8 by 8, that is 1. Now see question number 13. A die is thrown once. Find the probability of getting a prime number. When a dice is thrown once, the sample space should be clear in your mind that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Total possible outcome will be 6. Now the probability of getting a prime number. Prime number, we know that 1 is neither nor prime, so 2 is the smallest prime number, 2, 3 and 5. These are the three prime numbers, so probability of getting your prime number will be 3 by 6. Okay. So 1 by 2 will be the probability. A number lying between 2 and 6. When it is asked to between 2 and 6, we will not consider 2 and 6 both. So we have to take 3, 4 and 5. So 3, 4 and 5, they will be your favorable outcome, and total possible outcome is 6. Okay, so 3 by 6 again, 1 by 2. And odd numbers are 1, 3 and 5. So again 3 by 6, that is 1 by 2. Okay. Question number 14. One card is drawn from a well shuffled deck of 52 cards. Find the probability of getting a king of red color. Okay, see the sample space is there also. You can give the answer. A king of red color. We know that heart and diamond, they are red in color, and each there will be one king. So your favorable outcome is 2, right? And the total possible outcome is 52. So the probability of getting a king of red color will be 2 by 52. Now second is a face card. Now face card, in each we will have 3, king, queen and jack. These are the face cards. And in each we will have 3, so 3 fours are 12. So 12 will be your favorable outcome, and total possible outcome is 52. So 12 by 52, write them in the simplest form. That will be the probability of the face card. Now the probability of a red face card. We have only 3 here, 3. Heart and diamond, they are red in color. So 6 face cards of red color. So 6 by 52. Then the jack of hearts. Okay, the jack of hearts. How many jack will be there in heart? Only 1. So 1 by 52. A spade. Now spade consists of 13 set of cards. So 13 by 52. The queen of diamond. Now in diamond, how many queen will be there? Only 1 queen. So 1 is your favorable outcome, and total possible outcome is 52. 1 by 52. Question number 15 is 5 cards, the 10, jack, queen, king and ace of diamonds are well shuffled with their face downwards. One card is then picked up at random. What is the probability that the card is the queen? Now only 5 cards are there. There is one 10, jack, queen, king and ace. Right? They are well shuffled. Now one card is then picked up. In first part they are asking what is the probability that the card is the queen. Now total 5 cards are there and queen is also there. 1 by 5 will be the probability of getting the queen there. Now if the queen is drawn and put aside, suppose first time only you are getting the queen, now it is kept aside, now the number of cards left will be 4. So what is the probability that the second card picked up is an ace? Now there are 4 cards left. Now ace is also there. So 1 by 4 will be the probability of an ace. And then they are again asking probability of a queen. Because queen was kept aside, queen is not there. So it will be 0. The probability of getting a queen now will be 0. Now question number 16. 12 defective pens are accidentally mixed with 132 good ones. It is not possible to just look at a pen and tell whether or not it is defective. One pen is taken out at random from this lot. Determine the probability that the pen taken out is a good one. Right? Now the total number of pens will be 132 plus 12, the defective one also. They both are mixed up. So 144 is the total pen and good ones they are 132. So the probability of getting the good one will be 132 by 144, right? Total possible outcome is 144 and favorable outcome is 132. Now in question number 17, a lot of 20 bulbs contain 4 defective ones. One bulb is drawn at random from the lot. What is the probability that this bulb is defective? A lot of 20 bulbs contain 4 defective ones. Okay, 20 bulbs are there, 4 are defective, that means 16s are good one. Now we have to find the probability that this is the defective one. So defective there are 4, so 4 by 20 will be the answer. Suppose the bulb drawn in number 1 is not defective and it is not replaced. Now one bulb is drawn at random from the rest. That means from the rest, how many bulbs are there now? 19. Right? Now what is the probability that the bulb is not defective? So not defective will be good ones were they were 16. Out of that one was taken out. So 15 is left. So probability will be 15 by 19 because one that was not defective in the first case. Now question number 18. A box contains 90 discs which are numbered from 1 to 90. If one disc is drawn at random from the box, find the probability that it bears a 2-digit number. Now from 1 to 90, 2-digit number starts from 10. Okay, only 1 to 9 is not there. So 90 minus 9 will be 81. So 81 2-digit number will be there. So your probability of getting 2-digit number will be 81 by 90. A perfect square. Now 1 to 90, how many perfect square will be there? You will be getting 1 to 9 all. The square of 1 is 1, square of 2 is 4, then 9, then 16, then 25. So we will have all 9 nines are 81 also. But 10 tens are is 100. So we will have 1 to 9. That means 9 favorable outcome will be there. We will be having the perfect square. So 9 by 90. That is 1 by 10. And a number divisible by 5. So the number divisible by 5, you know that 5, 10, 15, 20. So till 90, how many favorable outcome will be there? You can count. Okay. So children, we will be discussing till this only, and the rest part will be discussed in the next video. So complete it till 18. They all are very easy, but go through the theory part also and then start the exercise. Okay. Thank you children.